What's up? We've got another Honkai Impact video. Today, we are going to be reacting to the new insert song for the new, animated short called Capo. We've heard a little bit of it in the teaser trailer that was released earlier this week, and now the full version's released, and I wanted to do a reaction to it and a breakdown of the lyrics before the short comes out. And I'm going to be speeding up my timeline a little bit. I'm probably going to be posting this right after another Honkai Impact video, because apparently the animated short is going to be released a bit earlier than I thought. So my reaction to the animated short should be out tomorrow around noon, instead of Saturday like I was planning to. But without further ado, I think we should check this out, because I am nervous, but also very excited to hear this new OST that's probably going to be looping on my playlist in my phone for the next month at least. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it.
Days are passing away. Will you promise your heart remains the same? Never can we suspend the time, having to leave the tracks behind. There is a longer way ahead. It's too hard to say goodbye. Give us a try to sing around. You're the beauty of this world. Always shine.
Holy, jeez. First impression, man, I really like the more like light and airy tone they chose to go with this OST, where it's more like kind of sounds like what's it? Kind of sounds like a fairy tale motif almost, where it sounds very light and very ethereal. And it definitely gives a sense of conclusiveness to the song, where it feels like, it really makes it feel like this is the end of a long story. And I think that tone was perfect for what they're trying to use this song for. So we're just gonna go through it one more time, real quick, to see the lyrics, and I'm going to give my thoughts about some of them because, as always, there's a level of poetry in the lyrics that MiHoYo publishes. So I guess let's just go through them. So first things first, we know that this song is referring to the end of Kiana's story very specifically. We see May, Bronya, Teresa in a post Honkai Odyssey, and we haven't seen Kiana in a long time. I'm assuming she's gonna come back sometime in post Honkai Odyssey 3. Coping heavily, but alright, when a good friends are going away, I'm assuming that's when a good friend is going away, because I think that this channel is a Chinese channel and it's probably not the translations are probably not perfectly accurate. Man, but this cinematic where she's transforming into the Hersher finality, I've seen it before. Man, it's so it really makes you look back and like, damn, this has been a long journey. Not just for Honkai, but for Kiana in general, because she was also the main character back in GGZ, which is a kind of alternate timeline to Honkai Impact. Will you wish them to remember your name? Okay. I'm assuming that's referring to, I don't know, cause I don't know if Kiana's ever had any struggles with like, oh, will my friends remember me after a sacrifice? Cause I think she believes in them a lot. So that's a bit more like, that's a bit more just a general line instead of referring to Kiana specifically. I'd assume this first bit I'm assuming is more so to connect to the audience, cause most people have had some period in their life where they've thought, well, when I'm gone from this person's life, will they remember me at all? When good old days are passing away, referring to probably the time she spent with her friends, Saint Freya, and recently, and those days are about to come to an end. Will you promise your heart remains the same? Oh, man. Will you promise your heart remains the same? Yeah, yes, she
It's the
will.
same. Never can we suspend the time?
Yeah, that's one theme of Honkai where, ironically enough, even though every character has the ability to stop time technically, thanks to time fracture, one theme of Honkai has always been that no matter what tragedies occur, you can never stop. You can never stop moving forward, one way or the other. But it's up to you how you choose to move forward and whether or not you want to be stuck in the past or embrace what happened and move on to a brighter future and let it affect you in the present. So that's a good line. Especially, that's a really good line for the chorus to come back to later. Right now, I'm assuming it's referring to never we suspend the time in a more somber note, where it's more so saying I wish we could, but we can never go back to what it was, and we can never stop moving forward in a more like somber, less hopeful tone.
Having to leave the tracks behind.
Okay, this is actually a good line because I've had a theory recently that the reason why Honkai really likes to use train imagery is because it's the only form of transportation that has a predetermined course and can never deviate, which is the tracks. And the imagery of a flying train in the teaser trailer is an indicator of Kiana and the characters breaking free of the predetermined path of finality and finding their own path to the future. And having to leave the tracks behind is really just a good callback to that idea of breaking free of the rails that your life is stuck on and taking control of it yourself.
There is a longer way ahead.
Yeah, this works together with the last line, breaking free of the tracks because there is a longer way ahead after all. It's kind of saying you can't keep clinging on to your predetermined course because there's so much longer ahead, and the longer you stay on this course, the more you lose yourself, or that's at least my interpretation of it. So you need to find your own path, or you'll be stuck on this path for a very long time. So it's better to just break free of it as soon as you can, because the longer your life stays on that predetermined course, the less control you have, and the more miserable it's going to be because you have to maintain that over a longer period of time. I'm assuming that just refers to Honkai Impact's writing team, because, or something like that, because they've always emphasized how important the dour moments are to make the triumphant moments feel all that much better. So I'm assuming the storyteller who always used to tell of the sunshine and the rain is a storyteller who doesn't always tell happy stories, but uses the highs and the lows to contrast and create a stronger story overall with a stronger narrative, and makes the story overall a lot better, since you can see the range of situations a character goes through. Yeah, that's similar to what I just said, where it's someone has to grow up at some point, spending a lifetime to taste the love and the pain. It's the same thing where it's the sunshine and the rain, but the love and the pain is swapped out, so they just drop the symbolism there in the second line. And the love and the pain we see through Kiana's journey, especially, where she believes that as a Hersher, she is undeserving of love at some points, which is contrasted by the apparent love that she obviously sees around her with her friends and family. And that contrasting viewpoint forces her to grow and remember what's important, and she realizes that she needs to rely on the people in her life before things get too bad. Yeah, like I said, they brought this line back from earlier, where now they chose to bring the pitch up a bunch and blast it over the rising of the song, which is meant to be a more hopeful interpretation of the line. Whereas the other one is lamenting that we can never suspend the time, this one is acknowledging how important it is in our lives that we're not able to just stay in one place forever, and that we're all forced to move on. And it's up to us whether or not the fact that we're forced to move on is constructive or harmful to our overall growth as people. Trust behind. Same with this line. Throughout the chorus, they're probably going to repeat a lot of lines earlier that had more dour tones. Like having to leave the tracks behind earlier might have meant having to leave your comfort zone and not knowing whether or not you'd return. But now this one, it matches with the previous line of never can we stop the time by double emphasizing the fact that just because we're moving ahead and leaving those tracks behind doesn't mean that we'll be lost, because we can forge our own path without the rails. Yeah, same with this line. It's another instance where they're reimagining a line from earlier. And now, instead of seeing there's a longer way ahead of pain, there's a longer way ahead, as in there's so much more of my life to live, and I can make a change in that, and I can enjoy it, or I can make the most of that life that I've been given.
If it's too hard to say goodbye, give us a try to sing around. You're the beauty of this world.
Oh, when it's too hard to say goodbye, let us try to sing a rhyme. Um, that's a harder one for me to interpret. That's definitely a bit more abstract or a bit more broad, I guess. If it's too hard to say goodbye, let us try to sing a rhyme. It's let us try to say goodbye, in my opinion. And may you, the beauty of this world, always shine is such a good line here because that's one of Honkai's themes, where the overall theme is the theme of fight for all that's beautiful in the world, and what the characters interpret as what is the beautiful things in the world include each other and the connections that they've made and the people that they've met, the things they've experienced together. And referring to may you, the beauty of this world, always shine is a powerful line here because this can apply to basically all the characters in Honkai because all of them have that one relationship that makes their life worth living. Even like the villains do. Like Welt Joyce has his mentor to look to, and Bronya, his protege. Otto has Callan. Kevin has Dr. May and the rest of the Flame Chasers who showed him. Kiana has May, May has Kiana, vice versa. Bronya has Sele, Sele has Bronya. Teresa has the girls. Fuhua has the Valkyries as well. Oh man, that's a good line for this song, especially because this is one of the final songs. It's going to be a lot. It's going to hit a lot harder. Yeah, so the differences between the earlier parts of the video, where the song is more like, there used to be a storyteller, where it's like lower in key, it's more so emphasizing a more kind of downbeat atmosphere or more reflective atmosphere, where it's trying to get you to think back, whereas later on, it's like raising the voice and it's kind of encouraging you to embrace these facts about life and to look at them in a new light, to embrace them and use them for your own self growth. And I think that's beautiful. I think that this entire song is beautiful, and when it appears in the short animation, it's going to murder me. Oh man. I don't know how much longer I can keep talking. Anyways, if you made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm gonna be posting my reaction to Graduation Trip later on, probably Friday or Saturday, March 3rd or March 4th. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me break this down. Remember, these are all my opinions and my own interpretation of the song, which is one of the beautiful things about art, that everyone can experience the same piece and come out with completely different meaning to themselves. I'm gonna go and take a nap. Man. Kiana's finally moving on. But this is gonna be rough. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for my reaction to the full short, and I'd appreciate it if you stick around sometime to see me grow. All right, I'll see y'all later. Bye.